Man, what is going on, everybody? Dad Bod Season here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got some crazy news. The new Z06 C8 Z06 I think is officially sold out. So personally today I called 15 different dealerships, and these are the top 15 dealerships for Corvettes. I called all of them today, and every single one of them has a waiting list for the Z06, which if you already have a C8 or you want a C8, just a Stingray, you already know there's a waiting list. You already know it's a year, maybe 2 years wait. It is what it is. I've been waiting since February of 2020 for mine. Hopefully it comes in. I'm supposed to be sometime in October. I'm ecstatic for it. Can't wait, but let's see what happens. But with the Z06, I called and people were saying that they could put me on a couple lists, that they wanted the normal $1,000 deposit, stuff like that, which is fine and dandy. I then asked them how many people were on their list, and I was mind blown. I got a couple, oh, you're like 900, you're 600. I even got oh, your number 127 was the number, 127. And I said, oh, okay, so, I mean, based on, regular C8, wait times, how long would it be for that 127? That person told me, they said that it might be a 4-year wait. 4 years. In 4 years, there's probably going to be 3 other models of the C8 out. Now, they also did say that 60% of their waiting list is probably going to drop off, or, they don't, for reasons like they don't have the money, they don't have this, they don't have that, they don't want the car anymore, whatever happens, COVID, like job changes, any kind of stuff like that. But still, a 4-year wait for a car that isn't even released yet, like official, like the official release date I believe is October 26th, but 4 years? You've got to be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. So we all know that 2020 was crazy. Everything hit and everything just went bad. But the 2020 C8 Corvette, they were able to make about 20,000, a little over 20,000 C8 Corvettes. That's how many they were able to put out. Okay, and that's just the Stingray model. So then 2021, we know their goal was like 30,000. Maybe a little bit above 30. Now, the biggest issue and why I think that the Z06 is sold out, basically, is because they're not just going to shut production off to just produce all Z06s. They're not going to do that, because they already have so many people that have placed orders that want this Stingray. They want the base model Corvette. Like myself, I've been waiting since February of 2020, so almost, it'll be coming up on, well, I guess this is, so it's like a year and a half. So a year and a half I've been waiting for this car, and I was one of the early ones. Like, I was one of the earlier people that put my deposit down, and I did not put it as like at a low dealership. Like, I put it in a top 50 dealership, the closest one to me that was in that top 50. Now, it's taken that long. I know people that have been on the list on smaller dealerships since 2019, and they've still not gotten their C8. So, think about that. Everyone that has placed orders after me has placed orders, after me in 2020, or people that have placed orders in 2021, or people placing orders today. They're still placing it for the Stingray. All these people are waiting on their car. GM's not just going to shut off production of them and be like, sorry, let's build 30,000 Z06s. It's not going to happen. There's no way. There's too much money there. There's too much money for them to just be like, no, we're done. So they are going to have to build the Stingrays and then build the Z06s at the same time, which means that the Z06 production numbers are going to be even more limited, which is going to make it, push back your dates even farther. The big dealerships aren't going to be getting 1,000 or 2,000 or more allocations a year. It's not going to happen like that. There's no way, for a Z06 at least. They're going to be limited. So even if you are, your number 8, you're 800 something at one of the big boy dealerships, all of a sudden you could not be getting a Corvette till the second, maybe the third year of the Z06 production. Depends on how many allocations they're getting and of just the Z06, because those people are still going to have to take care of their customers that's been waiting with the Stingray. And some people don't want the Z06, and that is nothing wrong. It's just they want the base model, and that's what they need. That's what they're going to get, whether they can't afford the Z06, or they don't want to track the car, or they just love the Stingray. They just want that car, which is fine. But the problem is for everyone that does want a Z06, you just got chopped from being this much of a list to that much. Only this much of that list is going to get produced, and it's going to chip away and chip away and chip away. So, I mean, I've called all around. I've called from here in Pennsylvania. I've been on waiting list for the Z06 on a couple of dealerships. And I'm just doing that because whatever one gets me one first, that's what I want to go with. And the dealership's not going to be upset if I'm like, hey, I can't accept that allocation. I already picked up my Z06 from another dealership. They're going to be like, okay, cool, thanks. And then they're going to sell it for an outrageous amount markup. Because if you think that the Stingray's markup is crazy, a $30,000 markup, or you're seeing some C8 Stingray sell for $130,000, $135,000 plus, wait till you see the Z06 markup. Because it's going to be even a harder car to get a hold of. Less production numbers in a Stingray. Everyone's saying when the Z06 comes out, the Stingray's price is going to go down. No, it's not. It's not. To buy a used one, it might go down a little bit, but it's not going to be, you're not going to be getting one for $55,000. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until there is years of Z06 production. And basically, GM would have to build an entire another plant to produce Corvettes and double the amount that they're putting out for all the prices to fluctuate back down and be corrected, and then be like every other car where as soon as you roll off the lot, you lose $5,000 in value. That's not the case right now. As soon as you pull off the lot, you gain $20,000 in value right now in a C8, which is absolutely mind-blowing, and is one reason I'm not going to pay over for one. And that's why I've been waiting so long to get mine. But we'll skip that. The thing is, if you want the Z06, and everyone's seen the videos, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this thing's amazing. Finally, the rumors aren't there anymore. Finally, it's like, it is a flat plane crank. Oh wow, that thing sounds amazing. It sounds more Ferrari than Ferrari does now. The car's here. October 26th, they're going to display the whole car. Hopefully they're going to give you price. They're going to give you everything broken down, which is awesome. But if you waited till today, you're probably looking at a 2-year wait, in my opinion. If you wait till then, I guarantee you that day that they officially release the car, there will be at least 5,000 people trying to get on a waiting list that one day. Guaranteed at least 5,000 people. That, based on previous year's numbers of the Z06 production, that is half of a production for the year in a day. And I think for it being the C8 Z06, I think there's a good chance of it being 10,000, 20,000 people call that day to get on a list, because these cars are so hot right now. And this car, if it comes out and it is making the 600 plus horsepower, it's a flat plane crank, it's got better aero. There's rumors that they have an active aero wing. I mean, this is America's supercar, mid-engine supercar that you can actually afford, that they're actually going to produce. Like the Ford GT is America's supercar, but I can't afford one. I'm going to go with a far-fetched number here. 90% of America cannot afford a brand new Ford GT because they are ungodly expensive. They're cool cars, but they're ungodly expensive. I mean, you can buy 5 or 6 C8s for the price of a very, very, very low optioned, very, very low and probably used Ford GT. It's wild to me. It's absolutely wild. But it is what it is. So this Z06 is going to be the hottest car until the ZR1 comes out. No doubt in my mind. No doubt. But if you're waiting, and I'm going to put this video out tonight, if you are waiting and you watch this video and it is before October 26th, if you want one, call and place the order now. I think most dealerships are doing $1,000 refundable deposits. It's at this point, think about it this way. You're putting $1,000 in a bank savings account, and if anything comes up, you can always call a dealership and be like, hey, I need my money back, and you won't get the car. But as of right now, it's an investment. Even if you don't want the car, if you are like, I'm not a Corvette person, I don't even think I'm going to have the ability to pay for that car. Think about it this way. If there's some way you can get a loan for whatever you option that car for, say it's $80,000 to $100,000, which is a ton of money. Don't get me wrong. It is a ton of money, but I guarantee you, if you get on the list right now and you are in the first model year of production of a Z06, you can pay, we'll say, $100,000 for that car, and you will probably be able to sell that car for $150,000. Walk away with $50,000, which, after taxes and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Still, you're going to make money off of putting $1,000 down. That's a better return than the stock market with 90% of the stock market people. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy, crazy return. I'm just saying, if you have any want or desire for this car, or you think that you might want it, get on the list now, because if not, it's going to take forever for you to get one unless you want to pay over MSRP. And I've heard the sad truth is a lot of dealerships now, because they're seeing how much a Stingray is bringing over, they're saying they're not going to sell them at MSRP anymore, which sucks, because especially the ones that they promoted it so much. We will never be like those dealerships. There are always some out there, right when the car first came out, they were selling for 25, 30 over. It is what it is. But then you have the people that sat there and they're like, we're standing our ground. We will never do that. We will never, never, never be like them. We're here. We care about the consumer. We care about you. We just want the Corvette fans to get what they want. Well, sadly, now those dealerships are still going to charge markup. Some of them are staying true to their word, and those dealerships get more respect from me and from 99% of the car enthusiasts, because they're staying true to their word. But be careful when you call to place a deposit. Ask them, say, when I place this deposit, when I order the car, when it comes in, am I getting it for MSRP? And if they say, oh, I don't know, well, then how much is the markup? If they say $5,000 and you're okay with paying a $5,000 markup on that car, get it in writing. If they say MSRP, get it in writing. Because over the phone, that doesn't hold anything. In person, it doesn't hold anything. In writing, if they sign the dotted line saying, I'm going to sell you a C8 Corvette at MSRP, signed by blah, 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 whoever your dealership or salesman, whatever is, make sure you keep it in writing. I would make like 30 copies of it, put it everywhere, put it in your wallet, take pictures, do everything you can, because when this car comes out, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Rant's over. I just trying to help you guys out. I called like crazy today, and this is what I got. I mean, I got a lot of, it's going to easily be a 2-year wait. And some dealerships, though, which I would start calling now and asking, some dealerships are not taking any deposits or any reservations or putting you on a list or anything until the car is released. So October 26th, you better get 10 cell phones out, and you better have them all sitting there and hitting dial and calling these dealerships, because I guarantee you their lines are going to be busy from the time that they open till the time that they close, because people are going to be calling and calling and calling and calling, trying to get on these dealerships' lists that are not taking them now. Because most people, like myself, like probably 40% of the people that are watching this video, you've already called. You've already placed that call. You already are on a list. Maybe you're on 5 lists. Maybe you're on 6. Maybe you're on 20. Who knows? But you've already made that call, whether it was yesterday, whether it was a year ago, 2 years ago, whether you knew about it in 2018 that they were going to go with a C8 and you were like, you know what, I want the C8 Z06. Put me on the list, buddy, and I'll see you in, 5 years. Doesn't matter. Get on the list, and just, if you want this car, get on the list. That's all I can say. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but try it out. Call around. I'm going to keep calling, but I figured I would just help you guys out because I'm not selfish. I want everybody to have their car, and if you guys are watching my videos and you guys are actively researching how to get the new Z06, or are they sold out yet, stuff like that, that means that you care about this car too and you really want the car. If you're in it to make a quick buck, kudos to you. You did your research. Good job. You're going to make money off this car. No doubt in my mind. But if you're here because you actually truly want that car, kudos to you as well, because you're doing the research before the car's officially released. Granted, it's after the spy shots, but, if you don't know, now you know. So, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments. I will answer every single comment we get. Also, if you guys hear any other updates on this, or you want me to do an updated video later on down the line, go ahead, comment that down. If you guys want to ask me any questions about my Stingray build that I have coming, anything, I will answer any and all questions. You guys saw the Supra in the beginning of the video. If you have questions on the Supra, go ahead, ask them. Love that car. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good day, and hopefully everything works out for you and you can get your Corvette. And like always, if you like today's video, make sure you smash that like button. Definitely subscribe. Tell anyone and everyone you know to hop on the Dad Bod Season train. Join the Dad Bod Season family, and I'll see you guys next time. Dad Bod Season out.